Hey, I'm back. This is my last video because I have friends coming in 1 hour for supper and I haven't cooked it yet. I just got a peanut butter pie out of the oven and it smells so good. I can't wait to bring it to you. Probably, it may be my next post. I don't know. Sometime this week I'll get it up there. Sandra Barton asked me if I had any suggestions for cooking just for one. And thank you so much for your sweet comments about Southern Plate, Sandra. She said she has a hard time cooking, get used to cooking just for one. What's funny is when I first got married, my mom had always cooked for at least 7 people at every meal. There were 5 of us in the family, but we always had extra guests and stuff. And so when Ricky and I got married, I cooked for like 7 people at every meal, and it would just be me and he and I. And so it was, that was a really hard time for me, learning to downsize. What I suggest doing is, try to make smaller meals. Of course, I know you're already doing that. But try to plan on having, like, say, make something Monday and plan on having that meal again on Wednesday or Thursday. You put the leftovers in the fridge and have it on Wednesday or Thursday. So you only end up cooking, say, 3 times a week. And then you get to eat, you still feel like you're having a variety each night. You can also, if you'll go back and check my freezer cooking post, I have a lot of different things that you can make, and you put in individual, different casseroles and dishes that you put in individual little dishes and keep it in your freezer, and then you can just take, especially if you use oven-proof casserole dishes, just take it out, put it in your oven while it's preheating, that thaws it, and then go ahead and bake it, and that makes it a lot easier. And then I've actually been thinking about that. I want to do some posts coming up on how to cook smaller quantities and things, especially with desserts and stuff. And I've been playing with some of my classic Southern recipes. One of the things that I like to do, there's a lot of food that my husband, God love him, he doesn't eat a lot of the things like I eat. He wasn't raised on the kind of food I was raised on. So like I love steak and milk gravy. He will not eat it. And none of my kids won't eat it either. I don't know what's wrong with him. So I buy cube steak when I find it on sale, and I freeze it in little sandwich baggies. And for lunch, sometimes I'll just get out 1 piece of cube steak, and I cook that, and then make the gravy in the pan and stuff. And that's just a little treat for myself. I also cook sauerkraut and weenies. I make that for one. Nobody will eat it in my family. I don't know what's wrong with these people. But I'll try to address that in some upcoming posts too for you, Sandra. Thank you. That was a good question. Susan Jackson said, do you use lard for making biscuits or for anything? I actually don't use lard. The closest I come to using lard would be I do use bacon grease to season stuff, but I've never used lard. I do use a lot of vegetable shortening, and like Teresa Clifton said, Crisco is made for making biscuits. I don't use Crisco anymore. That's just a personal choice. I prefer not to use Crisco brand. I'm not really big on the Smokers Company because they're the ones that bought white lily flour and then shut down all Southern production of it and stuff. But that's, so I don't use their brands anymore. I'm sure they really care. And I've emailed the company a few times, 3 times actually. I've emailed the company, and the responses weren't very friendly. So I don't do that. But if you look, the Walmart brand, Great Value, all vegetable shortening, has really come up a lot. Used to, it was kind of translucent, and if you look at it now, it is just stark white, and it's really thick, just like Crisco. I imagine it's probably being made by Smokers, the company that makes Crisco. So, but just on principle, I don't use Crisco. I use Walmart. I use Great Value brand. So, but I use that for my biscuits, and it works out really well. A lot of times for my biscuits also, one of the recipes calls for just real butter, and I use butter in them too. But no, I've never actually used lard. I need to do that. They might take away my Southern card if I don't start using some lard and some things. Tammy Dean, oh wait, I'm getting Stephanie, I can't say, Brower, I think, Stephanie Brower said, I'm trying to get my cookbook complete and published. Would you recommend trying to self-publish a cookbook or send it off to publishing companies? I self-published my first cookbook, and I sold a couple thousand copies of it. Every time I would order more, I'd order them like 500 at a time, and they would sell out, and that went really well. So that was nice, and it kind of got my feet wet. Self-publishing is great. As far as sending it off to publishing companies, you can try that, but what you probably want to do first is find a literary agent, and then the agent handles that for you. Most publishing companies, the larger ones, they only deal with literary agents, and when I found my agent, she's the one that really set things in motion for me. So I don't know, if it was me, if I had to do over again, I'd do just like I did. I'd self-publish my first one, get my feet wet, and then see how successful it is, you know, and then you got something you can take to an agent, and you go from there. Oh goodness, I'm at 5 minutes. I have to hurry here. Tammy Dean said, would you ever consider doing a cookbook feature in crock pot meals? So many of us work long hours and rely on the crock pot for most of our cooking. Not to mention it's heaven to come home tired and smell the aroma of a good meal that cooked while you're gone. You are so right, and I love the crock pot. And I'm actually trying, I'm trying to work on more crock pot posts, particularly for this fall. I even did an ebook. When I first started, I had my readers send me their favorite crock pot recipes, and when you subscribe to Southern Plate for almost the first full 2 years, you would automatically be sent a copy of my readers' favorite slow cooker recipes. And I'm going to go ahead and send that out again to all my email subscribers. Maybe in a week or so I'll send that out. So if you subscribe by email, it's southernplate.com/subscribe, or you can hit the subscribe button, and I'll try to send that out to you soon. But yes, I am trying to do more crock pot meals because, you know, things are getting a lot busier for me too. And I really love having that meal at the end of the day. You know, it's so nice. So, and there are a lot of crock pot recipes on Southern Plate. Go to Southern Plate and type in slow cooker. Because actually crock pot is a patented, no, it's trademarked, so we can't say crock pot. A lot of the different food bloggers, so if you'll notice, we say slow cooker. In real life, I never call it a slow cooker, I call it my crock pot. But even though mine's made, my crock pots are all Hamilton Beach, so they're all slow cookers because Rival owns crock pot. Not that, you know, there's you a little bit of trivia. But yeah, I'm going to try to do that coming up. So this has been a lot of fun. If this goes over well, if y'all enjoy these videos, let me know, and I'll do this again sometime soon. So I'm going to upload this one, and I'm going to go cook my supper. I'm making those, I'm making some fried pork chops and some country green beans with bacon and onions and some corn on the cob and some Jordan rolls, and I just got my peanut butter pie out. I got my iced tea, of course. And my friend Lara and Devin are coming over for supper. We were going to all meet and have supper out. And then I said, why don't y'all just come on over here and I'll cook for you. So we're excited about that. And I will see y'all soon on Southern Plate. Love y'all. Bye-bye.